my own personal story. Right, sir, are we ready to move on to the second one?
Absolutely, yeah.
Please explain to me, what do you see as being the difference between happiness and success?
That's a great question. I just had a very interesting chat with my developer this morning, and every now and then we talk a little bit about personal development, this sort of stuff. And I happened to watch a little inspirational clip from Arnold Schwarzenegger on YouTube this morning, and he quoted someone else, and it was along the lines of work. And it had to do with success, like what he asked, what is success? How does he define success? Or how do you get to success at least? And he said, work as hard as hell and advertise, so, and it was,
True.
Yeah, it actually fits in really well with a model that I've been working on, which is, essentially related to creating value and then basically scaling that value. It's the same sort of thing. You've got to work tremendously hard. When I mean hard, it doesn't have to be the kind of grinding hard work, but it's the kind. I think it's a lot easier if it's work that's suited for your personality, right? But using that passionately hard work, and then using that to create value, and then being able to leverage it through marketing and advertising and promotion and this sort of stuff. So it's a very similar model. But it got me thinking about what is success again, and I think he sort of asked me what is success, and I think to success and happiness, how do they relate? But I think it's interesting how you would define that. It's different for everybody, right? But I think there's at least two components to success for me. One part of it is what I'm doing now, and in the now, and what am I doing every day. So it's a process sort of related question, and then there's an outcome to that process, right? So you've got process and outcome; those two things. The process creates the outcome. Now, some people can create a goal, like an outcome that they work towards, and that's they would say to themselves, once I reach this goal or this outcome, that would mean success for me. So, for example, make X number of dollars, or have X number of dollars or money in your bank account, or own this car, or have this relationship, or whatever the outcome is. It's like a far away or some time in the distance kind of a goal. People go, if I can just get that thing, I will be successful. And they make the mistake of saying, if I can just get that goal, I will be happy. And there's a difference between happiness and success there, because success is almost like getting the right answer. You get a check. You go, okay, you got the right answer, you got the right outcome, check. Now the check mark might give you some momentary happiness or delight or joy, or whatever you want to call it. But once you have it, of course, if you've ever reached a goal before, you'll know that it doesn't last.
Hi, my name is Marcel. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. These interviews are parts of a whole series. So if you would like to continue to watch these, don't forget to subscribe and click on the little bell to get the notifications. Drop me a comment. Tell me what you think about this. And if you have any questions, certainly that would be the way to get the message across to me. I hope you enjoy this. Take care.
So then the other thing that's left is like the process of getting there. So what does that look like? Is it a sort of a the kind of process that you absolutely hate, but you do it and you put together enough motivation together just because you're going to get that outcome and you're going to love that outcome, but you hate getting there. Now, I would suggest that wouldn't make you any happy. That wouldn't make you happy, right? Because you would just be grinding, and then finally get this goal that you think is going to make you happy, and then that happiness only lasts for a very short time. And then you got to set another new goal so that you can be motivated again to work towards that new thing. So it can actually create this spiral of unhappiness where you're never happy, and it's never something that you attain. And so I think really the secret is to make the process fun and to make the process your happiness. and if you can make the outcomes in such a way that it's things or outcomes that you actually want, then that's like a big bonus. But I think that the ultimate way, at least that I've found, for continual joy and fulfillment and happiness from day to day, moment to moment, is to find ways to enjoy the process. Because through doing that process in that sort of a way, it's not like you're not doing it for the outcome. You're doing it for the sake of the joy of doing it, and you pick up a lot of other cool things like building relationships and making friendships and learning new skills, getting in flow state, all this sort of stuff. There's a whole bunch of things that goes into it. It's not about achievement, it's about an enjoyment and fulfillment. That's really what it comes down to. And then getting those outcomes is like a bonus, like it's a natural outcome of you being in flow state and you enjoying what you're doing, and you having fulfillment through what you're doing. So I think if you can set it up that way, then your chances of continual happiness over time is going to be much higher than setting these goals and then you might not enjoy the process of getting there at all. And making that goal the dream for you to come true. It's like chasing the antelope. I had this friend of mine at school. He'd always tease me and say, have you caught the antelope yet, Gideon? And it's like, because I was always chasing goals, and I don't think I was ever happy, chasing those goals. If you're reaching the goals and you're not happy in the process of doing it, what's the point? Because getting those goals, it doesn't matter what it is. So far, I haven't found any goal that I've achieved that gives me everlasting fulfillment and happiness and joy.